Let's take a look at what Ghalibaf has done. Some of you may know that Ghalibaf went to Iraq. Why is that important? We found out shortly afterwards that Prime Minister Al-Zaidi actually told us, oh, the Islamic Republic is letting us send our oil tankers through now. About a third of it. I think I wrote down the number here. So, yes, according to the Islamic Republic, one third of Iraq's pre war export volume has now received an Iranian license to cross the Strait of Hormuz. Iraq is the country that's hurt the most over the past 6 months from this war and from the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Getting one third of their revenue back is by no small means is no small number. This is going to be billions of dollars that they desperately need. However, Armin, do you know what Al Zaidi had to offer in return for making all this money? If you had to guess, what would it be?
In return of what exactly?
So the Islamic Republic is letting him send one third of their oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
No danger.
So this is
That
this is
that's not for
this is what
free.
yes, this is what we were wondering early, right? What leverage does the Islamic Republic has if they want to uh, get al-Shaabi to disarm by giving their weapons to the Islamic Republic? That's what the Islamic Republic wants, so that they could
Correct.
give it back to to be able to give it back to al-Shaabi at a later date. So I was guessing if I was Ghalibaf, I would threaten them by causing war between al-Shaabi and Saudi Arabia as a threat, so that they capitulate to my demand. But you're saying that now we know is allowing Iraq to ship their oil through the Strait of Hormuz. That's what they're offering, because that's not a very strong offer, because ships are going through the Strait of southern routes of Strait of Hormuz with not that much of a problem, because of the Americans being present there, and also because the Islamic Republic is blind. Given all the bombardments on southern Iran, they don't have much of a radar system to be able to see the commercial ships. As long as they turn off the transponders, they get to go through without the Islamic Republic being able to find them.
Correct. Now we know the effects of the 13-day of bombing the southern coast of the Islamic Republic is now apparent. The Islamic Republic has been blind. We've said that for a while. It's way worse than we thought, though. They really don't see anything that's going on. They just fire at whatever ships that they can. In fact, they fired another couple of missiles tonight. More explosions were ringing out in the Strait of Hormuz. We don't know if any were hit or if they were intercepted or what. But why is Iraq so important in this? They have the most important proxy of the Islamic Republic called the PMF. That's going to be in charge of suppressing the Iranian people. The whole deal is Ghalibaf goes to Iraq and says, listen, man, we got an uprising coming up in Iran soon. The Iranian people are going to rip us a new one. We need your proxies to be intact. So here's what we're going to offer you. You've been hurt the most out of any Middle Eastern country from this oil crisis. It's a fact. 92% of your exports plummeted just like that, out the window. We'll let you get up to 30% of your exports on the condition that you let these Iraqi militias give us, the IRGC, their weapons. If you do that, you can make your money. But otherwise, the Strait of Hormuz might be unsafe for Iraqi tankers. We don't know. We can't guarantee it. All it takes to break this quote unquote treaty deal that they just made is for an Iraqi tanker to get hit. That's all it takes. That's how flimsy it is, by the way. And also, now Al Zaidi is caught in between the US and the Islamic Republic once again. He came to the Pentagon a few weeks ago, met with Hegseth, met with Trump, shook hands. They talked about disarming the militias. Hegseth came out on X and he talked about, hey, I met with Al Zaidi. We're going to take care of the Iraqi militias. Al Zaidi said 100 times the deadline is September 30th. Making this deal before then can tell us one of two things. One, Al Zaidi is now flexible on that date, September 30th. Or he is going to play both sides. If he does play both sides, it's going to be very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. But if this is him, and keep in mind, guys, he might not have a ton of choice here until the Americans do come in and actually help him get rid of the militias. The Iraqi government does not have the firepower to do that themselves. They need American forces to do it. He's caught in between right now. We'll see what ends up happening. Don't be too harsh on him just yet. Let's see what actually happens in a couple weeks from now. But I would be very disappointed if he does side with the IRGC here.
Why would he again?
Because he is caught in between, and maybe he doesn't know if the United States will come and help him with his problems. He is not the only one wondering this, though, Armin.
Yeah, right.
Today, according to Ghalibaf, who is the guy who just went to Iraq to make that oil deal with the Iraqis, Ghalibaf just said, we got a ton of messages from all of our neighboring Persian Gulf Arab countries that wanted to talk to us about new security arrangements and economic cooperation. You guys know what that means? If that's true, by the way, don't believe a word that this guy says, but if that's true, and it's not too much of a far cry, a lot of these countries are very skeptical of the United States at the moment. UAE, Saudi, a lot of these countries are very skeptical. If that's true, that means that these countries know the US is not going to do anything. Everyone's underestimating the US, and they are now trying to go back to their old ways of decades-long diplomatic relations with the Islamic Republic. Hey, if they slap up our ambassador, that's fine. We just turn the other cheek. We just stay silent. No exaggeration, by the way. That's the Saudi foreign minister. I think it was 10, 15 years ago, got slapped up by a random guard of the IRGC, just turned the other cheek. Came out and bragged about it on Saudi media a couple months ago.
If you look at Ghalibaf's statement, it's actually really ridiculous. He's saying that United States is causing the insecurity of these Arab countries, and they're realizing that. He's saying that while being the representative of the regime that shoots missiles at these Arab countries. So he's saying, like, look, United States is causing security issues for you, but like if you actually think about what he's saying, is like security issues for not protecting you against what? Against us, right? Like we're the source of the threat. So I mean, if you look at the statement, read the statement, it's so ridiculous. The statement is so ridiculous. And also, this is actually working well for United States anyways. It's like, it's not a failure of United States. This is United States not handing out free security services to people unless they pay up. This is how it should be. Like, you want security, we have the best weapons, buy them and use them. Why are we supposed to come here and provide you free security services for you guys? Like, this makes sense. This is a good US policy to have.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.